your own ad or advertisement for your Roblox group or a group that you're in and you're trying to advertise it. So the first thing is you obviously need a template or the size of the ad. So I'm pretty sure most of you that are trying to make ads know how to get these, but if you don't, I will leave the links in the description on these three different types of sizes. So for today, I'm gonna be using the skyscraper because most of you guys use this. It's the popular one, so I'm gonna use this one. So I'm gonna be using paint.net to make this ad because some of you have this and it's really simple to use, and I'm so sorry if you're a Mac person and you're using a Mac, because paint.net, you can't really use that in Mac, so I'm sorry. First of all, you can either copy the image and then you can click on this little paper with a plus sign and click OK, and the size will be automatically here. Or if you want to keep it on your computer instead of going to the same link each time you're making an ad, you can just save it wherever you would want it to save. So yeah, or you can just memorize this. So the size is 160 times 600, and you can just go here to File, New, and then type in the size. So once you've done that, you're gonna have the shape here, and we're gonna zoom out here in the corner. You can zoom out and zoom in, or you can use shortcut keys. So we need our layers window. So if you go up here, there's a bunch of tools. So there's the history, I don't really use that, and there's the tools, which is obviously really useful, and there's the color wheel and the layers. So for an ad, I suggest you guys to not put too many things on your ad, because if you put too much things on your ad, the customer or the person who's watching your ad will get confused and not really get the message you're trying to give to them. Today I'm gonna be advertising an outfit. So I made a render to use for my ad. You can do it if you want, or you can just add words and a background if you want. But if you know how to do your renders, you can do that before you start doing this. So I already have some that I did before. Okay, so this is the little render that I did long ago for this ad that I'm about to make. So this is going to be an ad for my clothing group. If you haven't joined, you can join it if you want. That is where I post most of my designs now. So yeah. Okay, so now you're gonna go here where your ad is, and you're gonna have the background layer like always, and you're just gonna add a new layer, which will be transparent. I'm sorry, I'm bad at English sometimes. So okay, so you can find the background depending on how you want your background to be. You don't want it to be too exaggerated because you want the character to stand out. So I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. So I was gonna do white, but I'm not gonna do white because then my character has a white shirt, so it will kind of blend in with the background. So I'm gonna go with a yellow color, with like a lightish yellow color, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm on the background layer, and I'm gonna go and grab my little bucket tool, and I'm gonna click on the background. So if you have no idea how you want your ad to look, you can just go on Google and search Roblox ads or real life ads. And there's like a lot of ideas you can get or inspirations. I don't really recommend copying because you want to be original. So there's a bunch of ways you can do your ad. You can also search fashion ads. Depending on what type of ad you're doing, for what are you advertising. So once you've got an idea, I'm gonna go back here and I'm going to start adding my character to my ad. So I'm going to select it using my selector tool, and I'm going to paste on the new layer that I did. So by pressing Ctrl V, or you can press up here where it says paste, and you're going to press on keep canvas size, and it will be here. So I'm just going to zoom out. You can zoom out down here too if it's easier for you. And I'm just gonna shrink it by holding shift at the same time, because that will keep the shape of the render, because if I don't press shift, it will just make the size weird. So I'm gonna press shift and arrange, put it how I want it to look like. So for this ad, I wanted to make like some shapes. So I'm gonna add a new layer, and make sure if you're doing a full body render, make sure you cover up the feet, because then it will look like your character is floating, and it doesn't really look nice in my opinion. But if you like it that way, you can keep it that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it for now like this, and I'm gonna start adding text. So I need space for the text, obviously. So I'm just gonna drag down my character here. And if you want, you can straight up just add the text on top of the head here. So the first thing you want to do is obviously add your group name. So I'm not gonna add the text immediately on top here. I'm just gonna add a rectangle in white. And I'm gonna type in the name of my group. And the font that I use is Arial. And I'm just gonna change the size a little bit. And obviously change the color. And if you want the same color as the background, make sure to click on the background and click the picker tool, color picker tool, and then click on the color that you want to copy. Oh yes, and also make sure that you're adding a new layer when you're adding something new. So I didn't do that, so I'm going to do it again. So new layer, that's the layer where my text is going to be. And I'm just gonna make it big like that. And since I always have my little bomb symbol, because that's the symbol that I always use, that's my little logo symbol, I'm just gonna add it. It's very important to add your logo, because you want to make sure you know who, you want to make sure you tell the person who you are. And you can also outline it. And if you don't have these plugins, I made a video on how to download the plugins, so you can watch that if you don't have these plugins. But if you do, then that's great. You're all set. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a shadow in the text here. So maybe like a black. You can obviously play around with this. Change the opacity too. So that's that. I'm just gonna add a few details here. Change the thickness. I'm gonna add like lines like this. You can design it however you want. And I'm gonna move the little bomb here to the side. Okay. So now I got my title here. You can start adding the price and the words that say buy now and stuff, or the name of this outfit. But as you're doing this, you don't want to cover up the whole outfit you're trying to show. So I'm gonna use the white color again. So I'm gonna cover up the shoes a bit here. And then I'm gonna do the same thing that I did, like the little lines. And I'm gonna do it on top of that rectangle I did at the bottom with the same background color and the same thickness that I did for the other one. So it's a little bit like that.
Fuckers.
Then I'm gonna do it again. That's good. And then I'm gonna start adding the text. I'm gonna add a new layer again. And I'm gonna type with the same font. I'm gonna say rainbow shirt. Or you can find the name of the actual shirt that you made. But right now I'm gonna put buy now, and then I'm gonna add only 5 Robux, because that's the actual price. And I'm just gonna align, put the text a little different, just as simple as possible. Yeah. So like that in the middle. And I want to make sure they see this price. So I'm gonna draw like a tiny, like a line here. So like outlining it. And there we go. That's what I'm doing for this. You can obviously add texture, articles, whatever you're trying to do. I'm gonna make an outline on my character, and there it is. That is my ad. I know it's pretty short and pretty simple the way I did it, because I mean, if you're a beginner and trying to learn how to make ads, don't complicate yourself with like big stuff. Try to go from like a really simple to more advanced and difficult ones. So yeah, that's my tip on how to make ads. So yeah, that's how you make it. And before we start saving it, we have to merge the layers. So what we're gonna do is we're always gonna merge down the layers by going to the first layer, and then the layer that's on top of the first layer, you're gonna click merge, and you're gonna do the same. The top one, merge down, the top one, merge down, and do that for all of them. And once you're done merging down all the layers, you can easily save it. So go to File, Save As, and then I'm gonna click on JPEG because that's a higher quality, and I'm gonna save it where I have a folder. And I'm gonna give it a name. And save, and then click OK, and there we go, it's saved. I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't too long because I didn't want to make it too long and too complicated. I hope it was clear enough for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.